At the same time, when you hear people sort of talking a lot about sports, often the comparisons come up. You know, who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, Lionel Messi or Ronaldo, Rafael, tennis, Nadal, Federer, who's better? I almost forgot that one. But it's always the same sort of comparison, and you start going into some of the stats about how many games you won here and how many there. What about on the grass courts? What about on clay courts? What about hard court surfaces? You know, what about what you were at this age? What were they able to accomplish? And it is a little bit of a pointless exercise. I think that's where we're going to go with this. It doesn't. I mean, sure, they're great. They're really good athletes, and maybe if we take two people like Michael Jordan and LeBron James, maybe if they competed at the same time, things would have been different. Maybe if they both would have played basketball 20 years ago, totally different again. I think the sports evolve, the game evolves, like the core, like athleticism, a lot of things change. So it's sometimes hard to make that comparison, right? Sometimes they even play different positions. So you're comparing one of the world's best defenders with the world's best midfielders or striker. And maybe as a civilization or as a culture, we celebrate someone who scores more goals compared to one that saves more. So it's hard to make those comparisons, and I often used to hear it when people found out I had siblings that played sports. They would ask, like, who's better at this sport, who's better at that sport, and I'd always sort of have a trouble answering that, because again, I always felt like we're different because a lot of us played different positions, which means that we made a really good co-ed team when we're older, but it wasn't something that I felt like you'd properly compare. And that's the metaphor, that's the analogy I want to use, because you are you have your specific abilities, tactics, skills, strategies, all that stuff, and somebody has a different ones. Maybe somebody is really good at doing CrossFit. You're really good at running. Somebody else is really good at yoga, and you're really good at Pilates. You're really good at mountain biking, and someone else is good at road biking. You can be good at that or that. It doesn't matter. Who really cares? Just be the best that you can be. That's really what it is about. And stop comparing to other people who are doing other things and asking in the sense that, who's the best of this, who's the best of that, because I think it is subjective. And instead of investing that much energy and belief into it, I think you need to focus on being the best version of yourself. So instead of saying, hey, who's the best soccer player, how can you become the best soccer player possible? It's just an example. Maybe it's something else that you want to do, but you would be the best version of that. You play to your strengths, you play to your abilities, and you get the best version of that. And you just maximize your potential. That's really all I ask of people. I don't compare people. I don't look at where you are compared to somebody else, what you can do compared to somebody else. To me, it's like I see you. You have your constellation of attributes, and we're going to maximize that. We're going to get to the best version of that. What you like, what you're able to do, what you can do, what your goal is. So you become the best version of yourself. You maximize your potential. You become the best at being you.